Okay, so this video I'm doing is for all the people right now who embroiled in debate with others who think that the shooting in Minneapolis was unwarranted and that the ICE agent should be brought up on charges and stuff. So I'm going to show you the law. This isn't about feelings. This is about the law and what a federal law enforcement is capable of doing and how or if he will be held responsible for the use of deadly force. So you can look this up. Go to the federal statute that is 1-16-100. And with that, I'm going to read it to you. And again, you can use this to show in a debate that they have nothing and that you're on the side of right and righteousness. And that, first of all, before I even read this, I want people to understand, how is it that anyone can justify that someone goes to a protest armed? I understand that it's a open carry state, but even in an open carry state, you have to obey the police, especially even more if you're carrying a firearm and you're going to a protest and a police officer, federal law enforcement officer, tells you to do something. You have to listen to his commands and his instructions. And clearly this individual didn't. But now I'm gonna just read the statute real quick. I don't want to make this a long video. I just want you to be able to share this or use this yourself in order to show people that they're 100% wrong. So it is the policy. Oh, and this has also already been fortified by the Supreme Court. It is the policy of the Department of Justice to value and preserve human life. Officers may use only the force that is objectively reasonable to effectively gain control of an incident while protecting the safety of the officer and others in keeping the standards set forth in Graham v. O'Connor. Officers may use force only when no reasonably effective, safe, and feasible alternative appears to exist, and may use only the level of force a reasonable officer on the scene would use under the same or similar circumstances. This is the part I want to read now to you. I'm going to skip over everything. I want to just get to this part, and this is the part that is very important and where you win the debate, and there is nothing else that anyone can say. Because if you look at the video, this definitely takes it to where we're at. As the Supreme Court stated in Graham, the decision to use force requires careful attention to the facts and circumstances of each particular case, including the severity of the crime at issue, whether the suspect poses an immediate threat to the safety of the officer and others, and whether it is actively resisting arrest or attempting to evade arrest by flight. And here we go. In circumstances that are tense, uncertain, and rapidly evolving about the amount of force that is necessary in a particular situation, the reasonableness of a particular use of force must be judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer at the scene rather than with the 2020 vision of hindsight. In other words, everyone now showing this video of, oh, look it, in a matter of seconds, the officer removed the gun and then he was shot. It is reasonable with expectations to believe that the officer saw the gun, and as he's resisting arrest, his hand went to where the gun was. And in a matter of less than a second, one officer removed the gun, the others saw his hand going to where the gun was in a split-second decision and used deadly physical force. Now, it's reasonable to understand that the officers on the scene feared for their life. You cannot now go back and show in slow motion what exactly happened, that in a split second the gun was removed and then the officer used what he thought was reasonable force. That's it in a nutshell. They lose the argument. It's right here written in law. I implore you all go to this section yourself, read it, understand it, and be able to debate and explain this to people. Of course, the lefties aren't going to want to hear it, but you shut them down because there are people who don't understand what's happening, and they'll see this. Those are the people you're trying to convince and make them understand what's happening in Minneapolis, what happened with this shooting, that the force was reasonable, that you cannot go to a protest with a firearm and resist arrest and expect to come out of that in good shape. There it is. Please share this, show this to everyone, let people know. We have to do a better job of getting the information out, other than everyone online, the media spewing lies and getting people's emotions, because emotions don't prove the case. This does. Facts and law always wins. Share this and let people know. Thank you.